happens. Avery Cooper, of course, on vacation until throughout the week. But we are being joined this morning by Cathy Coker with Loving Arms Pregnancy Center. And Cathy, it is such a pleasure to have you on our show and talk to you a little bit about some of the great stuff that you guys have going on. And man, I tell you what, you guys are busy always. I know you are. But with the holiday seasons and cold weather and all the other stuff going on, it's an important time to be able to be with your family and your loved ones. But you guys have a very important mission as well. Talk a little bit about what you guys do over at Loving Arms Pregnancy Center and the impact that you guys have on the community.
First of all, we are so grateful. I'm grateful to be here. It's an opportunity to remind people that, number one, we are there, and also of what we do. And I say remind, we even still sometimes hear people say, what? I've never, Loving Arms, what do you do there? And I've always said too, it's kind of like the plumber. You don't know about a plumber unless you need one, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, but we share with them certainly about who we are and what we do. And we do, all of our services are totally free. We offer in our pregnancy services, free pregnancy tests. And we also provide a referral for a free ultrasound. As well as what we call options counseling. And we discuss with our clients all options, even though we talk about, adoption, we talk about parenting, whether single or married, co-parenting, but we also talk about the option of abortion, even though we do not refer or recommend for abortion, but we want people to be informed and empowered to make an educated decision. So many times someone might be thinking, I'm pregnant, I don't want to be pregnant, and I'll have an abortion, and I can go on with my life. But they don't really know or haven't thought through exactly what that might entail. So we talk to them about the risks and the procedures. It's very matter of fact. There's nothing, no graphic photos or videos or anything like that, but it's medical information, again, about the procedures and potential risks. But we also have, for those that choose to parent, we have parenting and life skill classes, as well as our fatherhood classes. And we offer material support through the classes. They earn what we call mommy or daddy dollars. It's kind of like Monopoly money. Can't be used anywhere else, though, but within our baby boutique. And in that boutique, we have diapers, wipes, formula, car seats, cribs, strollers, maternity, baby clothing, you name it. And kind of a one-stop shop, and very, very helpful. And they're actually earning what they need for their baby. And we also have our Choices for Life program, which is sexual risk avoidance program. And those are offered in the middle schools and high schools in areas. It's totally free also. We have workbooks that are distributed to the students, and our educators go through the types of things that they need, like the life skills that they would need to have a positive future and a healthy marriage later in life. We talk about avoiding things like drugs and alcohol that might lower their inhibitions and then cause them to do something that they normally wouldn't do. And we also have Healing the Heart, which, we just talked about the option, again, of abortion. Those that have in their past chosen abortion. We have a program that is a post-abortion recovery program for those that are struggling through the pain of a past abortion. We are a faith-based ministry. Certainly, people are not required to have a faith to come in, but that's also why we do what we do. We're obeying Christ and being the hands and feet of Christ to those who are in need and hurting. And certainly those that are dealing with that pain of the past abortion, we want them to experience the forgiveness and healing that can only be found in Jesus Christ. And that program does offer that for them. We have a memorial service after at the end. And so and that is so just, I can't even describe it. It's just so wonderful to watch someone who has been struggling through that pain to experience that forgiveness. And at the end of that ceremony, just see that, and it shows in their faces and in their countenance. It's just amazing. So yeah, so that's pretty much what we do. And if you've got any questions, I know I
Yeah.
was going quickly through that. So
Obviously, for the most part, everything is very discreet, right?
oh,
As far as
absolutely.
people coming in.
Confidential. Yes. Confidentiality. If we did not have confidentiality, we would not have a ministry there. We do have certainly our front door, and this is at, by the way, we're in 2 locations, in Taylorville and in Pana. At both locations, we have a front door, but we also have a back door. So if anyone is concerned about being seen, they can park in an area where their car, it's not known that they're there.
Yeah.
It's can be in the back and or off to the side in Pana, somewhere else, and then they can let us know. We have a doorbell, and or they can even just certainly call and say, I'm at the back door, and we can let them in. But yes, definitely confidentiality is so important.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. It would be really hard to do what you do without it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys do a lot of things for mothers and things like that. Is there any stuff that you guys do for fathers?
Yes, our fatherhood program. I'm glad you mentioned that. I think I skipped through that. Our fatherhood program is actually called Men of Honor, and it connects men with mentors who offer support and guidance that are unique to men. And one thing I did fail to mention about our classes, we used to be, we're up with now the 2022 now, and everything's online. But we used to do by DVD, and but now we send the classes out online for our clients so they can watch that in the comfort of their home on their phone or their iPad or what have you. And also, by the way, we have free Wi-Fi so that if they would just want to come, at a time when their appointment is not, they can come nearby. We give them the password and they can use our Wi-Fi also to watch that. But otherwise, even they can watch it at our center. But anyway, then what we do is there's at the end of uh, the video, I'll call it, but it's online. There's a worksheet that they fill out the answers on online. And then when they come in for their appointment with us, we go over that. We discuss that with them. And even though, as I say, we're faith-based, but even though our clients may not have a faith background, we do talk about, if they want to, we give them the option about the spiritual application of what they've just learned. The classes, by the way, can be on any topic from prenatal care to new baby care. Again, we mentioned life skills, and also toddlers. Oh my goodness, maybe they've got more than one child. You and I were talking offline about that. And our grandson is 2.5, and you have a 3-year-old. And so, but the toddler stage, maybe they have older children too, that they can go through that with them.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's no handbook
No.
when you get a baby. It's just kind of here you go.
But you know what?
What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, and you know what? I said that, and you're right. There is no handbook. When you're at the hospital, they might give you a few tips.
Yes.
But this is something that is so helpful. And I honestly, we feel like we're helping parents, we're building parents' knowledge, but we're also strengthening families and whatever that family unit looks like.
And that can be kind of overwhelming, as
Yeah.
well. So being able to have that support channel it goes such a long way, and probably very appreciated by the community and by those that
Yes.
utilize those services.
Yes.
And the work
And
that they
clients
do.
we have are just so they become like part of our family. We see them every other week, and unless something occurs that they need something in between time, but yeah, typically every other week, and it's just like family. Friendships are certainly formed there.
All right, you guys, are you guys? I see. It looks like you guys are looking for a little bit of help.
Absolutely. Certainly, we have some, these are paid positions. We're seeking 2 sexual risk avoidance educators, and that is for our Choices for Life program. These individuals would go out into area schools and actually teach our program to, again, middle-agers or high schoolers. So certainly one of the requirements there is to have a heart for youth people. You can be young at heart too.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
It's an excellent job too for those that say are retired from school as a teacher, but they just want to kind of keep their foot in the door. It's paid part-time PRN as needed position during the school years. Of course, you'd have your summers off, unless sometimes we have youth groups. We have going into teach this into youth groups as well. And that's something that, they would have the option of choosing to do that or not. We also are seeking a part-time, this is 2 days per week with the possibility of additional days as our clientele grows and our financial support grows at our PANA Center. And we're also talking about needs. I know you mentioned staffing, but we're also needing some material supplies such as formula, and that would be Prosobe or Genelise particularly that we're looking for, and diapers, especially newborn and size 1. And then we have some other needs. We have a newsletter that goes out twice a year. We just actually dropped in the mail on Monday, yesterday, the newsletter currently. And if anybody, by the way, is interested in signing up for our newsletter, they can certainly let us know.
Sounds good. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more with Cathy Coker from the Loving Arms Pregnancy Center. We'll be talking to her a little bit more here when we come back. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM. Your information station, WTIM.
And welcome back to the Taylorville's, not Taylorville's, Christian County, surrounding Central Illinois. I messed it all up. I was all excited. I messed it all up. We're being joined this morning by Cathy Coker from Loving Arms Pregnancy Center. My name is Leroy Clamola, and filling in for Avery Cooper. And Avery, I know you're still sleeping because in Washington it's like 7:55 right now, but I can't wait for you to get back. Anyway, like I said, joining us is Cathy Coker. And Cathy, I know you guys are needing some stuff over at Loving Arms. Financial support is always a big deal, especially as the weather gets colder and the need I feel like the need kind of goes up around Christmas time.
Yes. And actually, our financial support is definitely why or how we're there. And without the financial support, we wouldn't be able to be there. And certainly, we're coming off of COVID, kind of still in the middle, not middle, but on the end of that. But because of COVID, we had to switch some of our fundraisers around. And in doing so, one of those was the baby bottle boomerang. And unfortunately, with that change, we weren't able to bring in as much as what we normally do with our baby bottle boomerang. And so we're about $10,000 short of being in the black this year. And so I wanted to put this out there for the community because, as I say, we're very much community supported. We do receive a few grants. We received a small grant from the United Way here in Christian County and also Kiwanis, and a few other small grants, but the rest of it is through church and community support. And we know that one check can do that $10,000, but many times it's what we call the widow's mite, and it's a few dollars here and there. As we talked about with the baby bottle boomerang, it's all change, coin, cash, and checks there, but it all adds up. And
every little bit helps.
So definitely to put that out there, and whatever anyone can do, we're grateful for.
Absolutely. Well, it's Thanksgiving time. I know you have. Do you have any big plans for Thanksgiving?
Well, we have a new grandbaby just born yesterday, so we will be going to see her and meet her for the first time, yet to be named. I'm a little stressed over that. I was still throwing out my votes this morning, so they don't want to hear that. In fact, they say if I name it, try to throw out whatever name I give, they take it off the list because I'll take bragging rights for the rest of the child's life that I named the baby. So anyway. But I digress. But yes, that we will be there. So I'm grateful for that. So.
Very cool. Very cool. Is there anything that Loving Arms is grateful for this Thanksgiving?
Absolutely. And, that's exactly right. Thanksgiving and gratitude, right? And I know we're so grateful, certainly for our staff. I'm very grateful. When I have to step out, the staff that we have are just so good at just picking up and running, and they're fantastic. And their family, like I say, like family to me. And certainly our volunteers also. We have some volunteers that have been there for a long, long time. And that speaks volumes, I think, about who we are. And it speaks volumes also about them, their giving of their time and their talents. And our board, speaking of giving time and talents, we have a volunteer board. And currently we have 8 board members, and we have about 2 more actually that we're talking to right now. And then, as I mentioned earlier about the financial support, our donors, again, we could not do what we do without them. And we're just so grateful for that and the support there. And ultimately, and as a faith-based ministry and as myself, a person of faith, we are grateful to God for his many, many blessings. And sometimes in the difficulty of life, it's hard to see those blessings. And circling back to why we are there, sometimes when an unplanned pregnancy hits, you don't see that pregnancy as a blessing. And so we just need to take a step back, take a deep breath, and then look at it from a different perspective, a different lens.
All right, we got 10 seconds. Let's get that phone number really quick.
Sure.
And I'll fill in the rest.
217-824-7200.
Sounds good. Cathy Coker with Loving Arms Pregnancy Center talking to us a little bit about some of the great things that you guys have going on over at Loving Arms. Cathy, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to talk to us today.
Thank you.
It's been absolutely a pleasure. All right, we'll have more great stuff coming your way on WTIM, your information station.